Okay.
Hi, and welcome back to Basically Really Spooky October.
Episode 2.
Of our series.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today, first of all, in this series, we talk about all sorts of things paranormal, ghostly,
And spooky.
yeah, hauntings, legends.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you're a child, please do not watch this.
Don't think it's going to be that scary, but okay.
Okay, so it's not that scary, but I don't want people calling me up saying my kids can't sleep.
Well, that's your fault for letting them listen to it. Responsible parenting. Know what your kids are listening to.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you're related to us, and then you can yell at me. I don't really care.
And if this isn't your cup of tea, we have all sorts of other things on YouTube.
Catch out our first podcast if you haven't about this series, which featured... What did we talk about last time?
What did we talk? We talk about,
Not Chupacabra. Lechusa.
Lechusa, yes.
And other scary things. Had some fun games along.
Yeah, so our main topic today will be haunted cemeteries.
Ooh, I've been to one of those.
Yeah, we'll be talking about some of the spookiest cemeteries and an experience we had at Concordia Cemetery in El Paso.
That was creepy. Yep.
It was. We will be playing Guess That Scary Movie.
I like games.
That should be interesting because I suck at movies. And we will be sticking with Mexican urban legends because this month is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yay.
Yay for the Hispanics. And we'll be talking about El Cucuy.
Ooh, El Cucuy.
Yeah, that's the Mexican boogeyman for those of you who don't know. But we'll get into that. Okay, first of all, Ryan, set the mood for our listeners, people who cannot see us.
What kind of mood am I setting?
You have to describe our setting, our setup.
Here in our scary podcast room, we have our nice little candelabra with our little lighting on top.
Pretty much the same stuff as last time.
Yeah, little ghost picture, little campfire to keep us warm and lit in here. Can't see it. It's very beautifully drawn by our daughter Alexis.
I'm a little kitty.
I don't know what I am.
This isn't a kitty. It is a kitty, but it's like a cheetah?
Sure.
Leopard?
Cheetah's a cat, so.
Am I a cheetah or am I a leopard?
Let's go with cheetah.
Cheetah. And you are just wearing a beanie that says boo boo boo.
I don't have
It lights up, watch. Can I... Oh man, does it not work anymore?
It does.
It says click here. No.
Oh, well.
No, it
That's what
doesn't
you get for
work.
paying $1 for
Okay.
it.
Okay, let's get into our Name That Scary Movie.
Ooh, how do we know which cards belong to who?
Ooh, mine are pink. So.
Okay. So as I'm tracking how we're going to do this is it's going to be like the headbands game where she holds it above her head and she can answer yes or no questions.
I'll show it to the camera.
Okay.
So we'll show it to the camera. Sorry for our listeners, y'all get to guess along with us, but I'll show it to the camera and then you have to guess the movie. You go first.
I put these on my head.
Well, just show it to the camera. I won't look.
What if I hold it upside down? Tell me if I'm holding it upside down.
I can't tell. You can't see it.
Oh, never mind.
You can see it. You can show it.
Okay. So this goes on your head.
What do? I just guess? Do I have to hold it on my head? They already know what it is.
I get it. Yeah, just hold it on your head. It's funner that way.
Okay.
So ask yes or no questions, basically.
Am I a teen scream?
Yes.
Okay. Did I say the word?
No.
Okay.
Teen scream? No.
Am I slasher?
Yes.
Is it scream?
No.
Is it Is it super scary?
Depends on who you...
Is it scary?
It's
or
scary.
is it kid scary?
Scary.
Scary slasher.
Wouldn't let the kids watch it.
Is it Jason? Wait, is that...
That's not the name
which
of a
one
movie.
is it? What is it? How many guesses should we be... How many guesses? Like 5?
Until you just get stuck.
Oh,
Hurry up.
I'm already getting stuck. Is it a male that's killing people?
Yes. Just like almost every slasher.
Is there one that you...
What?
Is there one that is a woman?
Jennifer's Body, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Okay. I give up. I can't guess this one.
Well, you were right with Jason, just not the name of the movie.
Oh, what's the movie? No, just tell me.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Gosh,
Am I going next or are you going?
Okay, you can go next, right? Let me show them. This one. Can y'all see that? Okay. Here you go. Go.
Okay. Kids scary, or super scary?
Scary.
80s slasher?
No.
90s slasher?
No.
Is it a slasher movie?
No.
Is it a supernatural haunting?
Yes.
Is it something along the lines of The Exorcism or The Haunting of Emily Rose type things?
Not The Exorcism.
Oh, what's that one where they're Paranormal Activity?
It's something like that, but no. An old movie. We won't let Lexi watch it.
It's not The Exorcism, not The Haunting. What's that Vincent Price one?
Nope, not
That's
that
on Haunted
one.
Hill.
Okay, you want a big clue?
Sure.
It has to do with the TV.
The Poltergeist.
Yes. These are hard. These are much harder than I thought. Here, you do one more, then I'll do one more.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is it kitty?
Yeah.
Kid scary?
For the most part.
Is it, I'm scared of most kid
Yes, you are.
movies. So I'm going to go with the ones I'm scared of.
Okay.
The, Little Monsters.
It's not Little Monsters.
The, Hocus Pocus.
What?
Hocus Pocus.
It is Hocus Pocus.
I don't know why I was going to say Hoco Poco.
You got one.
Yay, I got one. Okay, my turn. One more. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Here. You're holding it the wrong way. Turn it around. Okay, go.
Kids scary or super scary?
It's pretty scary. Like, not your typical scary, though, I think.
Supernatural or slasher?
Slasher.
80s?
No.
90s?
Sure? Did that come out in the 90s?
Just put you the
Yeah,
timer.
it kind of continued on to...
Freddy Krueger?
No.
That's Nightmare on Elm. Along those lines?
More modern, I would
What
say.
is the one we saw in 3D? My Bloody Valentine?
No, but that was a good one. My Bloody Valentine in 3D was epic. It was one of the worst movies ever. But when we saw it in theaters, it was so good.
30s.
Like the part where they have the shotgun and it goes over the audience. Man, that shotgun was like right in my face. I was like, oh damn.
Let me think. Not My Bloody Valentine.
There's a lot of them. We won't let Lexi watch these either.
Paranormal Activity?
Nope. It has...
Slasher?
Little Red Bike.
It?
Nope.
Red Bike?
Little Red Bike.
Have I seen this?
Yeah. Mask. Little Red Bike. Games.
Saw?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So it's not like a typical
No, that was
Halloween. That one was kind of hard, but you got it. Okay. Fun. Let's get to our main topic. That was a little longer than I thought it was going to be.
That was hard.
That was hard. Okay. Our main topic is haunted cemeteries.
Ooh.
You know, actually people it's like a trend. People drive through cemeteries now with their Teslas.
Why with the Tesla? Oh,
Because they have that, like, detection.
They have the infrared.
Is it infrared?
Yeah, the forward-looking infrared, and they can see the heat, not the heat signatures, but the infrared kind of signatures.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what
It's
kind
either
of...
infrared or thermals, I can't remember.
Yeah, I was wondering what kind of, like, system they have that detects these things, because there's, like, people who actually drive through cemeteries, and like on their screen, it'll like these little avatars of people will pop up, you know, when there's nobody there. And I mean, YouTube it, there's tons of them out there, and I think that's the funniest thing ever. Because I mean, they could be like it can just be headstones or flowers that people are like the things just making up. Like, oh, this is a person. Somebody who worked for Tesla actually was just like, oh, I worked for Tesla, and the stuff is just so like sensitive and advanced. No, he said like it was so advanced that it's detecting the humans that are in their coffins. It like detects them walk like upright or whatever. I was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, that's totally a thing, and it actually detects like animals and stuff. So yeah, it's like a pedestrian kind of safety thing. But I thought that was kind of funny.
I mean, I've seen some creepy stuff looking through Flare. It's always awesome. Yeah,
those people that do the little videos and stuff, it's just so funny because they're so scared. They're like, oh my god! There's a ghost right there!
Anywho.
I mean, what if there is, though? It's quite the possibility.
I love your British accent.
Okay, I wanted to share some stories about America's haunted cemeteries. I looked some up.
Was Concordia in the top 10?
No, it wasn't, which is
really?
No.
Man.
So, well, this is according to hauntedrooms.com. Which ones did I want to share? Number 1. I'm just going to read it to y'all, okay? Number 1 is Westminster Hall and Burying Ground in Baltimore, Maryland.
I feel the whole East Coast can be pretty haunted.
I feel like anything with the word Westminster is haunted.
Sounds very English.
The cemetery at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Baltimore, Maryland is apparently the home of the Screaming Skull.
Okay.
The legend states that a minister was murdered there, and every night at the same time his skull would start screaming. Eventually his body was dug up, and the skull gagged before being encased in a concrete block that now stands by his gravestone. According to locals, it is still possible to hear the muffled screaming on still nights. Edgar Allan Poe is also buried there, but he seems to be at rest.
Yeah, I hate to see his afterlife actions. It's already creepy enough during the day.
Oh, I know, right? Oosh. But that one was pretty interesting to me. Okay, here's another one. Union Cemetery in Easton, Connecticut?
Sure.
Yeah. Union Cemetery in Easton, Connecticut dates back to the 1600s. So it is not difficult to imagine it is haunted. In fact, the cemetery is known locally as White Lady Cemetery, after its most prevalent ghost. This lady in white is said to roam the cemetery at night and will sometimes venture its gates and onto the road. Several drivers have reported actually hitting her with their vehicle, only for her to disappear promptly. She is apparently not alone in haunting Union Cemetery, as there have also been reports of glowing red eyes peering at them from out of the darkest corners. That one's scary. It's always a lady in white.
So, question on that. Is it always a lady in white because ghosts are always white? Like pillow sheets over their heads, and that's the only color dress that she can have? Or is it specifically that's like her dress that she chose?
Well, what if like when you die, you have like a specific uniform that you put on? Like when you die, it's like, here's your nightgown, and that's how you look.
What if I like blue or something? Can I haunt in blue?
So that could be like her, like what she died in, right? And that goes back to our Crocs thing. Like later on in life, like 20 years from now, when people see our ghosts, are they going to see ghosts with like Crocs on?
I mean, I don't see why not.
You're like, oh, I see a Croc.
Crocs, a backwood hat or something like that, something dumb.
It's like, oh no, the ghost with the Crocs is here.
You always hear them coming. Oh shoot, they're in sport mode. Now they're going.
Sport mode, yes, they put the backstrap on.
They got the go mode going.
Okay, one more.
It's a ghost I'd be scared of.
Resurrection Cemetery in Justice, Illinois is an incredibly creepy place to be. Even the name conjures up spooky ideas. The most famous haunting here relates to the spirit known as Resurrection Mary. Mary was apparently a young girl killed in a hit-and-run accident sometime in the 1930s. Witnesses say that she can now be seen walking the same street where she was killed, and that she sometimes hitches a ride back to the cemetery with young male drivers who are shocked when she vanishes from their car as they near the cemetery gates. I actually have a story. Not about that one, but with my dad. We always used to go to this restaurant in Seguin, Texas, and it was like a little Mexican restaurant. And every time we drove back from there, Dad would always have the same story to tell us over and over and over again. It was that him and some friends were like driving down that road, and they picked up this lady. Yes, my dad picked up hitchhikers all the dang time.
It was back in like the 70s. It's fine.
He still did it when we were in the car.
It was back in like the 2000s. It was fine. It was the norm.
Sure. But they picked up this lady, and they were just talking to her and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what the conversation was, but all of a sudden she wasn't there anymore, and that was it. I mean, that's the end of the story. They picked her up, and then she just vanished and wasn't in the car with them anymore.
Were they on any medicinal?
No. I mean, no, they had just come back from the restaurant. Yeah, but yeah. I have a lot of stories like that. That one's pretty short, though.
My only big one was the lady in white I passed on the road that disappeared.
Where was that at?
It was outside Lavernia. It was on 539, I think. No, not 539. Whatever that loop outside is that goes up, makes an S-turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one with the geocache?
Yeah, that one. Just driving down that road, I see a lady in white riding a horse.
Oh, that's creepy.
And I was like, man, that's odd. And I look back in my rearview mirror, and they're completely gone.
There's a
I heard like a couple years later, and I always thought it was weird, but I didn't think too much of it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I just don't know. Maybe she just turned off into a hole or something. I don't know. She's like straight up vanished. I was like, I didn't think much of it, and then like I heard about the legend. Like a couple years later, and it just kind of clicked. Like, wait, are you like somebody was telling me about it, and I was like, are you serious? I saw that person.
Yeah.
But that was always an interesting one.
Yeah, it's always a lady in white. One time
on a horse, because it's Texas.
On a horse, yes. One time at hold on, is my camera doing something weird? No, okay. One time, I remember I was asleep and like the dogs were barking like crazy, and I just hear Mom and Dad just like talking about, I don't know, whatever. They're having a conversation that was kind of intense, and then later on I learned that they were just looking out the window, or like the door window, and they saw this lady that was walking down my cousin's little, it's called Gonzalez Lane, but we can see it, and there was this lady that was just walking, and she was all in white, and she was wearing a long dress, lacy, and
again, it's always that ladies in white.
Yeah, and so Dad saw it, and Dad was like freaking out, and Mom was like, don't look at it.
I feel we're getting off topic.
Okay, off topic. But, well, I mean, not entirely.
But this is for like podcast number 3 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do family ghost stories and more personal things on the next one. I think that would be really fun. Okay, so we did some haunted cemeteries in America. There was so much more, and so much more like really, really creepy ones, but I didn't want to share those because they scared me.
I am curious how many of the viewers or people listening to this have actually gone to visit cemeteries. Like, is it a thing you do, or you thought about doing?
Some people actually just find a lot of, it's just interesting.
I mean, we always go to cemeteries for various reasons, visit family, whatever, and then we always end up doing like a walkthrough of the rest of it to see how old and old the ones in the back get, which can go back years. I find it interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so we went to Concordia Cemetery in El Paso, Texas, and this cemetery is huge. It's larger than what we saw. It is like 60 to 65,000 people are buried there, but the one that we saw, that's just like the small portion of it. The larger portion of it is under, like, people are buried under houses and businesses, like Cucuy's restaurant. There's because it's right by
not Cucuy's. It was the other.
Wasn't it right by Cucuy's?
No, it was the other famous restaurant.
Ellen J's. Yeah.
Ellen J's.
But just even in that entire area, there's more people buried under people's houses. Can you imagine being like having a house that was buried on a cemetery. I'm pretty sure my parents' house was buried on a cemetery, but I'm getting off topic again. So
That's tell for another day.
Tell for another day. But yeah, it's large. Let's see what else. Oh, they have like festivals there, like Dia de los Muertos festival, which I think is kind of interesting because it's a really scary place. But they do that because the cemetery is just so, it gets trashed by people who go in and actually do seances, and they
there's a lot
actually
of, like,
trash the place.
Seance / not devil worshippers, but very...
It's witchcraft.
Witchcrafty people, yes.
But, we went, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but when we went, it was, like, the crosses were broken, and the statues were broken, and I was like, man, this place needs to be maintained. These things are just breaking, but after we looked things up, which we probably shouldn't have, but after we looked things up, it turned out that people would actually go and do witchcraft and all this kind of stuff, and they would break it on purpose. And that, to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you broke a statue of the Virgin Mary? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Scary.
Crazy.
That is scary.
It's got one of those feelings in that place.
It does. But anyways, what led us there is that we were just going geocaching. What's geocaching?
That's why we ended up there.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, geocaching, fun family game, is basically you're given kind of grid coordinates / hints of a location of just a random item, usually like a bucket or a can or something, and you just go and try to find it. And inside's a little piece of paper you can write your name on. It's really dumb, but it's a lot of fun.
It's fun. If you're bored, you just
go hunt these little cans of things, and they have little toys in them. Sometimes you take one, you put one in there. All kinds of fun. I'm sure most people know that.
It's really fun for the kids.
Sometimes they go into like some crazy wilderness hikes. Sometimes they're urban, and it gets a little uneasy because you're in the middle of like a very busy center and you're undoing some electrical panel or something like that it's behind. That's happened before. Or a road sign.
Yeah.
Post of a road sign is all like sawed off in half, and you have to.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's craziness.
But we were on a geocaching hunt that led us to the cemetery, and I was like, cool, we might as well just go and check it out. And while we were there, so like we entered the cemetery and we started looking around for the geocache, but like we didn't.
Did we not find it?
We didn't find it. We got super distracted, trust me. We didn't find it like at all. But I
got distracted by the guy in the cage.
Yeah, so the first thing that kind of transpired, which not really a transpired kind of thing, but first thing that happened was we when we were looking for this geocache, Boston kind of picked up a stick and he walked over to this area that had like a little cage, and he starts getting the stick and he starts running it along the cage. So the cage, let's just explain the cage here. It's literally a prison looking cage, like bars in like a prison cell, and in the middle of it is like a grave. A grave. It was somebody's grave. Somebody's grave was like caged in. I was like, huh, that's weird. Like with the lock. I guess they don't want people in here, to respect the dead. Yeah. But. And then, so I run over there because I'm like, Boston, don't do that. That's disrespectful. I'll walk over there and I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Very disrespectful. Like, you're going to raise the dead or something. Like, somebody's going to be pissed off. And so I looked it up while I was there. Well, it was on the headstone, like the little, I looked up his name. I looked up the guy's name, and his name was John Wesley Hardin. Apparently, I quoted him too before I knew it. Yeah, you did. Apparently, he was an old Western outlaw guy. Had his first kill at like 15, and then ended up killing like a lot of people. I think it was like 42 people. So, if you ever heard the quote of like, "I never killed a man who didn't need killing," yeah, because I said that randomly. And it turns out that was his quote. It was him. And I was like, you looked it up. I was like, nah, I just know that quote from randomness. And apparently that was his quote. And they had him caged up for a reason. Yeah, so that way he stays caged in the afterlife. That was. But his first kill when he was 15, he he wrestled this guy, and he won. And then this guy came back to like kill him because he won, and then he killed him in self-defense. That was his first kill. But then his other kills were like really bad. Like, really, really bad. So anyways, I was just like, let's not do this. I'm so sorry, Mr. John. I'm so sorry. That was an interesting one, though. Let's move on. I thought we were going to get killed, or I don't know. It was just, it was a terrible feeling. Okay, so another thing that happened was, and this was kind of just a small little tidbit that happened that I noticed something about it later, but I was walking, or we were actually walking through the infant area, and this infant area is like huge. It was a huge infant area, and these were
like miscarriages, newborns that just died.
The main thing there was people died of what was it? I think it was the flu. Yeah, the kids died of the flu. So it was just a huge kid area, like infant area, and it had like cradles and like old cradles, old cribs, just teddy bears and just all sorts of like kid things that were just dolls, and just, it was creepy enough as it is, but it was also interesting to me because I like creepy crap like that. So we were like walking through it, and it was starting to make me a little sad, and I don't know. I started cramping, and I was just like, oh, I was like, man, I'm cramping. Let's get out of this area, you know. And that was it. But I'll make a connection to that later on.
We also saw the world's tallest man.
Yeah, that was kind of funny because it was just like a pile of dirt. Like a huge pile of dirt, and I made a really morbid joke, and I was like, oh, I wonder who's buried there, the most tallest person.
It was like a for construction or for a burial thing. It was just a random mound. It wasn't a burial thing, but it was just like a joke.
Yeah,
Of like,
I made a terrible joke there.
Yeah, and she said, it's probably the world's tallest man or something like that. Lo and behold, the world's tallest man, I forgot his name.
And it was the world's tallest man.
Well, that wasn't his grave.
No, that wasn't his grave, but he was there.
Yeah. What was his? I don't remember.
I don't remember. We're off topic. But so the next thing that happened was really weird to me. It was funny to me at the time, but it was really weird. You got a phone call, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep on walking. And then you went back to the truck where the kids were because it was a really, really hot day. First of all, so you went back to the truck and to take your phone call, and I was like, I'm just gonna continue walking. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to that area over there because it looks interesting to me. And so I started walking in that area, and I was like, no, I'm going to go back to the truck. So I turned around and I walked back to the truck, or like I turned around, take a couple of steps, and I was like, no, I really want to go see that area. And I turned around, I start walking back over there, take a couple steps, and I was like, no, I'm going to go back over here. And then I was like, no, I'm going to go back to that area. And I did that like, gosh, I want to say like 5 or 6 times. And I ended up like going in a circle, like just going this way and then going this way and go, no, I want to do this. No, I couldn't make up my mind. And I thought it was so funny. I was like, I started laughing at myself. I was like, I'm so stupid. I was just sitting there laughing at myself. What the hell am I doing? And then like eventually I was like, okay, I'm just going to go back to the truck because I was just acting crazy. And so I went back to the truck, and then I had told you, like, you finally finished your phone call, and I had told Brian that, okay, I want to go see that area where I was going to. And so we started driving over there, and our truck didn't fit. So like we tried to drive to that area, but our truck wouldn't fit, so we had to like turn around. And then that's when Lexi was like, hey, look, an owl.
Oh yeah.
And if y'all didn't see our last podcast about owls, like lechuza basically means owl. And if you didn't see our last podcast about lechuza, you can go back and listen to that. But I have a little fear of owls because of it. And I was just like, I rolled down the window and I was just like, I'm not afraid of you. Wrong thing to do. I'm not afraid of you. And then like, it like flies up and it meets this other owl. So there was 2 owls and they were perched on like the headstone. And I was just like, okay, roll the window back up. I'm sorry.
I like how you're rolling. Like this is a 1995 Ford F-150.
You gotta roll the window back up.
We had buttons.
Yeah, okay. So we had to push the window back up, right? But yeah, okay. So that's pretty much all that happened. Okay, so our camera is doing some weird things.
We got to the rolling up part of the window.
Yes, rolling up part of the window. Okay, so that's pretty much all that happened. But we didn't really think anything of it at the time.
I thought it was weird.
Yeah, I was just like, this place just feels off. Like, weird. And I really hate talking about this just because, I don't know, it just makes me feel weird. But Anyway, so we get home, and I was just like, I think I've heard of this place before. Like, I've seen this somewhere, like on Ghost Hunters or something like that. And so I look it up, and yeah, apparently it's been on Ghost Adventures. I like Ghost Hunters because it feels a little bit more authentic to me. Did I say Ghost Hunters? I like Ghost Hunters.
Like Ghost Hunters.
Yeah. I don't really like Ghost Adventures too much because they kind of, I don't know, it just seems more Hollywood to me. But anyways, I digress.
Anywho, what did you see on there?
Anywho, yeah, apparently it's haunted really badly. Hold on, where's my notes? I need to get my notes. Yeah, okay, so apparently we learned that the Night Stalker, and if you don't know who the Night Stalker is,
I never heard of him before that.
You never heard of him?
Not before we went there.
Yeah, I never heard of him either. There's a whole Netflix documentary about him. He was just this really crazy murderer, and he used to do seances and stuff, and people think that he was actually like possessed.
Oh yeah, this guy was into
but it was bad. It was really, really bad. He was very into the dark stuff, and the dark stuff started there at that cemetery. That's where he would go when he was a child to do all of these seances and worshiping and stuff.
So apparently at that spot we were at too, where those
apparently
owls...
where those owls were was the tree. Okay, so there was like this tree that grew rapidly or whatever. This tree that grew in the area that he would sit and do his worshiping. And that was probably the tree that the owls were at. And that was so freaky to me.
Was he buried there?
No, he was not buried there.
He was buried there too.
I don't think so.
Okay, well,
that was just where he would, and they actually still do that. Like we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of people that go in there and they do witchcraft there. And like witchcraft, when I was talking about lechuzas is like, that's like witchcraft. A witch, you know? So I'm like, dang, that's so not cool. Like that connection I made there was just terrible. And let's see. Oh, they see shadows there, like, cause they actually do like ghost tours. People are nuts for going on a ghost hunt there. Don't you? Hell no, I don't want to go to there. No, that place is just dark. I don't like dark stuff. If it's just a ghost, fine, whatever. But darkness like that, no, you don't mess with that crap. Apparently I messed with it when we went there, but.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But people see like shadows and stuff whenever they go on these little ghost hunts. They get scratched. They see like these little shadow people like hiding behind bushes and stuff, and that's really scary. Okay, but listen to this. Okay, I found this on their website. While walking through this children's section of the cemetery, women who have had C-sections felt pain or tingling in their scar area. So I didn't have a C-section, but I felt cramping. And that has to be
related
somewhat in that relation of things. I felt cramping when I was walking through that child section. And when I read that, I was just like, ugh, that's creepy. But people, like, women have felt pain and tingling on their scars when they walk in that area. And so I was like, holy crap, or was I just cramping? I don't know. Maybe I was just cramping, but that's creepy to me.
Yeah.
Just to feel something like that.
That was weird.
Okay, so here's another one. And this one gets me. It gets me a little bit. This is the one that makes me not want to ever go back to this place. Okay. So there is a specific area of the graveyard nicknamed the Vortex, where people have been inexplicably pulled towards. So this area that I was walking to, but deciding not to walk to, but wanting to walk there, but changing my mind, but wanting to walk there, and then I was thinking, oh, this is so funny. Yeah, it's not so funny.
What's
like,
the Vortex?
What if something was pulling me to this dark area? The Vortex, I think, is shut up. The Vortex, I think, is the area where all the witchcraft and stuff happens, and people get pulled towards it. Apparently, I was getting pulled towards it, but I kept walking away from it. I don't know. That's just, to me, that makes me sweat a little bit. I don't like it.
That place was very interesting. Got some feels there that were all over the place, slightly uneasy.
Yeah, but when I read that, or when I heard that they have like a vortex there, that kind of just, it's not funny anymore. That something may have been pulling me.
Let's see, we've been to a few cemeteries. That one definitely was the most memorable. Yeah,
and I don't know, like my mom had just passed away, and my mom was into all sorts of stuff like I am, just like, oh, a ghost, or we always said she had a magic ball that she would see into, but that's just, we would just make fun of her like that. She was just like, oh, I have a feeling, and we were like, oh, are you looking into your little magic ball?
You're so mean to your mother.
I know, she loved it. I mean, that was our relationship. But anyways, I always, like, whenever that happened, I was like, well, what if mom, because she had just passed away, and I was like, well, what if mom, like, was telling me, no, don't go to that area, and then something dark was pulling me to that area, and she was like, no, get over here, like, don't go over there.
Yes. All I know is probably won't be going back to that one.
I will never go back there, ever.
Would you go to the other top 3 you were talking about?
I don't know, maybe.
Go see a screaming head?
The screaming head one, like the muffled.
What'd you say? I can't hear you. You're gonna have to speak up.
Speak up a little bit, man.
That's so disrespectful to the dead.
I know.
But he needs to be louder.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't like talking about that one because I feel like a lot of darkness comes from that area and that place, and just I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Ooh, we changed topics. What we got next?
Let's go to our urban legend. Okay, our urban legend is El Cucuy. Yeah, okay. Mexican boogeyman. That's pretty much what it is. It's the Mexican boogeyman.
Also, a show from Sci-Fi on Netflix I discovered as I was looking it up.
Yeah, they had, and he makes an appearance in all sorts of things, actually. They had one on Wizards of Waverly Place.
I do remember that episode.
There was an episode where there was a family of Cucuys, and the mom was so scared because she's like the most Mexican one out of everybody, and like every time they would go to the house, they would like remove their human faces and show her, and she'd be like, ah, and then she'd run out of the room. I thought it was just hilarious. But yeah, so let me show y'all, or let me...
Were you scared of the Cucuy?
Actually, we were never really...
I was never really brought up on the Cucuy. I heard of it, I never really... No one ever scared me with that one.
Yeah, I was
the actual boogeyman was more scared than...
the boogeyman! I'm going to get you.
Not the rest, like
where's
the
that
actual
one. So anyways, let's go to scaryforkids.com. This is where I get all of my stuff. Scaryforkids.com.
Can't go to Scary for Adults because that's too real.
Too real. According to Mexican folklore, El Cucuy is a small, hideous, hairy creature with glowing red eyes. He has big ears like a bat and a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth like a barracuda. The legend has been passed down over the years by word of mouth from mother to child. Mexican parents often warn their children, behave yourself or El Cucuy will come and take you away. When night falls, El Cucuy comes. He hides in your closet or under your bed. Hold on, I lost my spots. He hides in your closet or under your bed. He can take the shape of any dark shadow. That's scary. He watches you silently and waits for his moment to pounce. Then he will take you away to his lair deep in the mountains and devour you.
Typically, I'd say we're good because we're nowhere near mountains.
Oh, we're near mountains right now.
Yeah, but we're not in the Mexican, like near the Mexican border anymore.
True. So maybe that's where.
I feel this is more El Paso we gotta be worried about.
Yeah. But that's El Cucuy. I mean, there's not much to it. He is the boogeyman. So, when your kids are
misbehaving,
Cucuy's gonna get you.
Don't say his name 3 times in a row.
No, don't do that. And us Mexican ladies, mothers, we're grandmas, we're just gonna make up all sorts of stuff. Cucuy's. There was one where this lady would tell.
So was my sisters.
There was one where this lady would tell her kids, behave or the Cucuy's gonna tickle your feet. in bed. Like, the Cucuy's gonna come and tickle your feet tonight in bed. And that, to me, that's creepy, man. You don't mess with me when I'm in my bed. Like, But I don't know, that was just our culture. That's the one thing that, for me, that was kind of like the one thing that I didn't really grow up with was a Cucuy.
We had that story, but it was literally the boogeyman. This is what they called my... And mostly, like I said, it was my sisters and cousins who were just being mean. And scaring me.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's all we have today.
Oh,
that's all. I know, that's all. We went through it pretty quickly.
Do we want to do one more round of the Guess the Movie game?
Sure.
To end it off with?
Hold on. Let me get to my conclusion and then we can end with that.
Sorry.
So, yeah, please let us know. And I have to read off of this thing because I have a really bad memory. Please let us know if you are enjoying this series. Please like and follow and comment. And if you want to join us one day, that would be awesome. Tell us your stories. I really want to hear some stories. We do plan on going back to our original podcast and just doing all sorts of other YouTube stuff after this. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun. If you have any more ideas, maybe we'll do a live. I don't know if I want to do a live on Halloween.
Ooh, that's risky. Let's see. We'll see how it goes.
Would anybody tune in on a Halloween night?
Does anybody care that much?
Yes. We have our diehards. Okay, let's do, oops, I saw, oh, those are the ones. Here. Let's do one for Brian. Okay.
Okay.
Here. What is it, Brian?
Wait, am I putting it on my forehead?
Yes.
I saw it.
Ah, you saw it? Loser.
I thought you were doing it for me.
Okay, here's another one. Okay, go.
I thought I was putting it on my head.
Yeah, there you go.
Scary, not scary, kids.
Scary.
Classic or newer?
Classic.
Old school classic or 80s kind of classic?
80s.
Slasher?
Yes.
Not Friday the 13th.
Nope.
Is it one of the big movies?
Yep.
Okay, so let's think. Nightmare on Elm?
Yep.
Ah.
Oh, you're good. You got it. One more.
Oh.
No, ma.
See if you get this one.
No, ma.
Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, I have to guess.
Yes.
I was like just sitting here. Old school?
No.
New school?
Yep. 2000 there.
Teens?
Yep.
Teens. Ooh. Gory? Really gory?
Not really gory.
Crappy? Or is it a good movie?
You like it.
I like it. Ooh.
Don't look at the camera.
I can't see. I don't have my glasses on.
Okay.
Was it a hit or was it a hit after it came out?
I don't know. I think it was a hit.
Okay. I need
It's one of Aaron's favorite movies.
One of Aaron's favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. It's not a huge movie.
It's not Tremors, is it?
No. That was the 80s. This is like 2000. Okay. I think it had like Josh Hartnett and Elijah Wood in it.
What? Oh man, I don't know this one. Do I know this one?
You've seen it. We showed it to Lexi.
Oh, The Faculty.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. Let us know if you like this series, what you want to hear. I think next week I might do personal family stories.
Let us know if that's what you want to hear, if you have some other ideas what we want to talk about. We look forward to reading your comments.
Yeah.
Or not if you don't comment. They'll make us sad. Don't make my wife sad. She'll be very... Look at the kitty eyes. Of course. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.